You can't build a biblical homeschool on a secular model. You need a framework rooted in God's Word that brings meaning and purpose to every subject. You see, homeschooling by biblical principles changes everything. When you understand God's purpose behind every subject, you move from simply teaching lessons to training disciples. Math becomes a way to see God's order and truth. Reading becomes a path to discern ideas and reason biblically. History becomes God's story of how He's working through nations. And science becomes a study of God's creation and His design. This isn't about adding Bible verses to a secular method. It's about transforming the way you think about teaching altogether. That's why I created Understanding Biblical Principles. It's a free resource that gives you a clear starting point for building a homeschool that's both biblical and effective. Inside, you'll discover what a biblical principle is, how it guides every subject, the difference between secular, Christian, and biblical education, how to identify the ideas shaping your homeschool right now, and a simple framework for aligning your teaching with God's truth starting today. It's short, practical, and deeply eye-opening. You'll finally see how to turn your homeschool from a checklist into a calling. Parents who begin teaching from biblical principles often say the same thing. My child is more engaged. Our lessons feel meaningful again. I finally see how every subject connects back to God's Word. Because when your homeschool is rooted in principles instead of programs, something beautiful happens. Your child's faith grows alongside their academics, not as a separate activity. They become more confident in what they believe because they've taken ownership of God's truth and they understand how it informs how they learn. That's the power of a biblical foundation. Look, I started homeschooling because I saw what happens when families love God deeply, but they feel lost in how to teach biblically.